So you have the Emperor. Excellent. Major Arcana card. The Ace of Swords and the Page of Swords. So I feel like you're dropping some of your ideas on the direction that you've been moving, Taurus, and loosening your grip on this sword here. I feel like the stubbornness, maybe that the sign is infamous for, there's some space around that coming out of March. And I feel like part of it is because you are really stepping into claiming your worth, understanding what is worth your time and what is worth fighting for. And so I feel like part of this are some of the battles that you've been fighting and that you're not giving your attention to anymore. I'm going to pull some clarifiers right off the bat. Yeah. So I got last month that some of you were moving. So let me know for those of you who did. Here's the battle card. Yeah, because these battles that you were fighting with the Nine of Pentacles, both in reverse, they were not giving you the effect or the results that you would be aiming for or want, and it just didn't feel good. And so I feel like this energy isn't you, but it's dissipating. I feel like the Page of Swords is a very immature, young energy, but it's losing its strength. And I feel like it's just sort of over here by itself. And these two cards are separating this person or situation from what's happening with you, with the Emperor and the Four of Wands. Really allowing yourself to focus on, not only in your mind, but in your outer world, the places that feel good and work and are clicking into place. And I feel like there's a huge resurgence of joy in your life coming out of March. So I very well hope that's the case, Taurus. Because these little arguments, petty battles, I feel like you're leaving this person to sort of fight with themselves. You're not responding anymore. They're like, wait, what? You used to. And they still have their sword picked up, aimed at you, but you're not engaging in those conversations anymore. That's just not where your attention is. It's like, talk to the hand. You have better things going on. Let's move down here. The Queen of Swords. The Page of Wands in reverse and the Seven of Swords in reverse. So this is an air sign, but I feel like you're taking on a very deterministic air quality about you in the way, like, communication is a really big theme for a lot of people, but I'm picking that up for you guys, Taurus. In the month of April, Mercury is retrograde. I feel like this person wants to keep re-engaging with you, and it could be in a work situation too. But you had so much going on the home front that in February and March that I feel that maybe your career and financial situation took a back burner because what was right in front of you and taking a lot of your attention was in your personal life. And I feel like you're re-engaging on the work front. And there aren't pentacle cards here, but that's what I'm getting. Maybe some of the clarifier cards are. Because this could be a continuation of this person down here trying to get away with smack at their old habits and patterns and ways of being and treating you. You're like, she's the talk to the hand queen, like what I was saying. There is no more engagement with it. You are coming to be very, very blunt in how you express yourself, and you're not you're not mincing your words. You're just coming out with the truth in a very matter-of-fact way. And she's beckoning like, oh yeah, you want to give that some of that to me? Come on, bring it on. And I feel like you're really standing in your power with the Emperor here and the Queen of Swords. So let's pull some clarifiers. The Ace of Cups. Yeah, if it is in some sort of romantic, intimate love regard, I know this isn't the love reading. I will do those later coming up. So look for those too, Taurus. She's turning her back on this cup because it's dumped over. There's no emotional stability here. So her focus is in a totally different direction, which I was picking up on that more probably towards your career in April out of necessity. There you go. The heartbreak is healing. I want to do that. So you're coming to a very fine understanding, Taurus, of how this person treated you unfairly and the heartbreak and the sorrow that it caused and the mending that's happened to your heart. Like, you've been so focused on that, there's no way that you would go back to this person. Whether there was deception or lies or possessiveness or jealousy, like some sort of toxic behavior that you were wrapped up into for one reason or another. We all experience that on some level in certain parts of our lives, sometimes continuously, until we've just had enough. So they could be trying to communicate to you in a way like with their tail between their legs, admitting that they're wrong, but it's not really a strong argument, and I feel like you're totally seeing through it. So Taurus, keep focusing on the parts in your world that are working. Do flips and jumping jacks. He totally just flipped over. Meet up with girlfriends or guy friends that build you up and have exciting things going on. Surround yourself with those people and the projects and the places in your world where you don't feel like this guard has to be up, Taurus. I keep getting Libra. I feel like some of you are dealing with a Libran person, whether female or male. But of course, it could be any sign. It could be a Leo with this Strength card here. But all these swords, there's a lot of sword energy. So let's move down here to moving out of the energies of April. There it is, the Eight of Cups. You're moving into more of a balanced way, and that's right. I forgot that card was there. The Ten of Pentacles. You are moving in such a better direction, Taurus. I'm so proud of you, and I'm so happy to see these cards. This healing that has happened in March, I want to say, I feel like it's still happening in April, but it's not your main focus anymore. And there's already been this process of leaving a heartbroken situation to move on to more sane waters, elevated ways of being that feel so much more balanced here with the Temperance card for you, and emotionally healthy, I want to say. So I feel like these want to be shuffled. So the Ten of Pentacles, hallelujah. Like, these two energies are totally crossing the reading and encasing this situation here that you've been going through, Taurus. And ultimately, I feel like you had to experience that to really like put that last pin in place to complete the picture for you for self-growth in a particular area of life. And it, again, since the Three of Swords is here and the Ace of Cups both in reverse, I do feel like it was heavily related to your love life. So the Knight of Wands in reverse, the Knight of Cups, and the High Priestess in reverse. I feel a little bit of distrust coming from you, Taurus. Like you really, like you want to believe that your future can hold this possibility with the Ten of Pentacles, everything that you're dreaming of in all ways, shapes, and forms, like your dreams coming true in a solid fashion, in a tangible reality where you experience it and you live it day to day. But I feel like you're tripping yourself up with a little bit of disbelief. So watch that, Taurus. Watch the train of thought that your mind, the monkey mind, can take you on, and use it as a tool. Use your awareness as a tool to catch yourself and be like, there it is again. Interesting. Thank you for sharing, but that's not the truth. Even if you're not experiencing this in your reality right now, you have to hold the hope and the belief as a vision in your heart and in your mind for that to actually come to fruition. And your intuition is a guide for that. So let's see what else. The Knight of Wands in reverse on the Eight of Cups and the Knight of Cups on Temperance. Let's go here. Feel like moving out of April. And these energies, I want to say they are not hard and fast. Like that you could be experiencing these energies even in the middle of April and more going into May, depending on who you are. Timelines are different for everybody. I feel this energy of renewal and leaving again what emotionally wasn't satisfying you. And I feel like this is a person energy. Like you are so focused on balancing your own energies within yourself, Taurus, that she doesn't have the time of day to deal with this really emotionally immature character over here. And you could be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces as well for some of you. So keep doing that and keep calling to your angels when you feel a little bit in this energy of despair that you're not quickly enough getting to your goals and dreams and visions. Keep going back to your higher guidance system, Taurus, and call on your angels and guides to give you the strength, to give you the hope in your heart and the peace and the serenity in your heart to keep getting up every day and working one step at a time towards the life that you ultimately want to create for yourself. So, I don't feel like this is a person. I feel like it's an integrated energy with the Eight of Cups energy. And there could be a little bit of a blip on the road of you questioning the vigor with which you've moved on. And again, if it was from a toxic, abusive situation, we can get so wrapped up in the confusion of those energies. And it sometimes cannot feel so clear-cut when we are so integrated and wrapped up in another human being's energy. So just watch that, Taurus, to make sure that the path that you are moving on, the healthy one towards the Temperance card, is absolutely the right choice for the health of your mind, body, and your spirit. All three. Okay. Wowee. Please comment below. I'm going to also pull an oracle card for you guys. I'd love to hear from you. I think I got the most comments on the Taurus video last month, and that was so fun for me to hear from you guys, to see how it was relating in particular circumstances for you. So do that again. I invite you to. And if you haven't subscribed, I invite you to subscribe. It helps to support my channel to produce more and more free content for you. So I'm shuffling the Wild Kuan Yin Oracle. This deck was put away, but I pulled it out for your reading. I feel like the energies wanted to come out and play with Taurus. Excuse me, this one. Be led by the path before you, number 6. What was I just saying? Be led by the path before you, this path. This path that is leading you to this path, which will ultimately lead you to your heart's desire, Taurus. Trust in that process. You have to make the space for it to come in. So let's read what it says in the book. You may wonder if you are on the right path. Didn't I say that? You may have a choice to make and are uncertain as to which decision will be the right one for you. I scatter petals to scent the wind and blessings to reveal the way. Though at times you may fear that you are being led astray, trust in your unfolding life journey, for the path before you is one that I have blessed. Yeah. I'm going to keep reading the guidance for you. Spiritually, we can sometimes make the most progress when physically there appears to be the least happening. When the divinity of our path is hidden under ordinary day-to-day hard work and not quite feeling like you are there yet moments. That's what I was picking up on with the High Priestess in reverse energy. We are building our spiritual muscles. Faith, courage, trust, determination, commitment, patience, and serenity. When these spiritual muscles grow strong enough, the physical world responds to their exertion by taking shape and responding to that inner power. Then there is a feeling that our soul is coming to life in the world, manifesting our heart's desires before our eyes. This message. Our heart's desires. I think I even said those words. How funny. Confirming that our faith and patience have been expressions of wisdom. You may need reminding that you are on your path. You are right in your sense that there is a greater purpose calling you forwards. Do not fall into the trap of imagining there is some other way to get there, however. You have not made some error simply because your life doesn't necessarily look or feel the way you imagined it would at this point. You may fear sometimes, but there is a greater hand guiding your course, and it is safe to trust it. Wow. That's, I think, exactly what you guys needed to hear for April. So I'm going to end it there. I couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you, Alana Fairchild.